That's why you're alone all the time. You are nothing.
Let me go. Let me go.
Empty. Amara, the crazy one. That's why I'm not gonna be with you. Get what is this? Nobody wants your black ass.
Ciao. In case y'all missed it, this is Amara La Negra's baby daddy. Okay, she was so delusional for this man. He told her on national TV and plenty of times in many ways that he did not want her. He even told her at one point, don't nobody want your black ass. Even after he degraded her like that on national TV, this woman then went behind him begging him to leave his wife because Amara wanted to have more children with this clown, even though he was barely taking care of the twins they have together. Child, make this make sense. But fast forward today, her baby daddy, who's also from Love and Hip Hop Miami, he is in some deep, serious trouble. This man just got hit with 4 counts of rape in Michigan from a case that was dead for over a decade, but now just got dragged to life. So let's get into this tea because it's making people look at him sideways all over again. So let's get into this case because the allegations go all the way back to March 2010. When Allan was 20 years old, he was a foreign exchange student at Western Michigan University. Now, it is alleged that he assaulted a fellow female student in his apartment after meeting her at a campus recreation center. Now, get this. The student, she did everything she was supposed to do. Okay, she reported the assault at the time, and she also underwent forensic examination. But for some odd reason, no charges were ever filed against Allan. So the kit that was done, it just sat there. It was untested for over a decade. Why? I don't know. Could have been a backlog in the lab, mismanagement, or the system just straight up dropping the ball. Either way, she did everything right. Fast forward to this year and Michigan's Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, they come in and they re-examine older cases using the untested evidence kits. They retested her kit with, modern technology, and guess whose name popped up? Allan's. So karma came knocking. So he thought he got away with something, but nope. Amara, girl, this is your baby daddy. This is the man you were thirsty for, begging him to leave his wife, then wanting more kids with him, even though he ain't taking care of your twins. This is insane. And for the victim, can you imagine being failed by the system? I mean, and then this wound that she has is reopened and she has to relive that nightmare over and over again because the system failed her. Hopefully it doesn't fail her again. So fast forward to 2025, Allan was arrested in Miami on July the 11th, and he was extradited back to Michigan. He was arraigned on July 28th with a $250,000 bond. That is $250,000. I'm sure he's still behind bars. I don't know if he made bail. I don't know. But he had a probable cause hearing on August 7th. This is where the judge decides if there's enough evidence to even keep this case moving. It's not a trial. It's just a first step. Then on August 14th, he had the preliminary exam. That's where the judge looks at all the evidence and decides if this case is strong enough to even go to trial. If it passes, Allan could be looking at decades behind bars. Karma is really showing up for him. Thank God. If this is something he did, hopefully justice is served. And thank God for programs like the Saki. Okay, they, exist to bring justice when the system dropped the ball. Now, people are wondering how the hell did he end up on Love and Hip Hop if they did a background check. I think they do criminal convictions and he just didn't have any. The 2010 case went cold. Back then, remember, there were no charges filed. They are just filing charges against him today. So it appears on his report today, but it didn't back then because he was never charged. And usually background checks look for felonies and serious convictions, and he just didn't have it. It was just an allegation. It was never prosecuted. So now it's definitely on his report now because he was charged. So y'all know Marlon from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He wasn't really fooling with Allan because at one point Allan was trying to holler at Flo. And for a while, I think they were messing around or dating, whatever. So when the news came out that Allan had got arrested, child, look what Marlon had to say.
Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Allan, la policía in Miami. Tu sabes, la policía panancaca. Okay? Welcome to Miami. Papi Chulo, you're gonna become the prison Cinderella. Welcome to Miami, okay? My Haitian friend's gonna say hello. Don't fuck with me, my friend. I told you so. Welcome to Miami, Allan.
So Allan's wife, she has made it clear she is going to stick beside her husband. And I'm not surprised. I mean, the man has had kids outside of her. So I'm not surprised that she'll stick beside him while in prison. So she says this: in this relationship, we don't fold, we fight with faith. Always keep your head up. I know people hate when you're up and happy, but they love it when you're down. I'll let people talk. You know who you are, and I'll be right next to you when things are good, but especially when things get bad. I love you, baby. Meanwhile, he's on a reality show, still sleeping with Amara. Remember, production called her out on it. They asked her in one episode, when you go to DR, are you really seeing Allan? And she said, yeah, like a dumbass. So that is the end of this video. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye.